Stranger Things and It. Welcome to Derry. Decoded, explain, review. What's up, family? What's the deal? What's the deal? Yeah, hey, look, you seen the show last night, and you seen um, what it was particularly showing. And I just had to come on here and do it because I was saying it the whole time. I said to myself, I said, "Hey, this Stranger Things looks eerily familiar to that Welcome to Derry show." Yeah, damn. And it was interesting because they're using a lot of the same concepts, a lot of the same ideas, a lot of the same energy. And I'm gonna break it down right here, right now. So yeah, shout out to y'all, man. If y'all didn't see Stranger Things, this ain't gonna be a spoiler alert because I just seen episode 1. But that's all I had to see because essentially that's all that it had to show us. You feel me? Little girl reading that book. I said, all right, nigga. There's no point to even watch the rest of the show. But y'all know how dream get. I'm gonna decode it spiritually, metaphysically, and give you the deeper understanding of what it's trying to show you because there's always hidden messages in these things that can actually propel us through our spiritual plight and our walk of life. And sometimes when we're watching these things, we're just watching it for entertainment. But the subconscious mind is getting tapped and getting touched in a particular way that we want to understand to the core so we can carry out our adventure down here on this earth realm. So I'm excited about this deal. What's up, family? What's the deal? What's the deal? See y'all in here and let's get it on. All right. So boom, Black Friday deal is here. Black Friday deal is here. The Dream Supplements and the Sweet Dream bundle together, family, is going down. Go get yours. A lot of people have already been ordering. It's going down. And look, I know how my dream, so all my OGs, you know how this dream supplement do to you. It's going to put you down. It's going to put you in that dream state and give you this lucid experience because, what I'm saying, all the natural herbs and the basically the synergy of all the natural herbs is going to put your mind in a more relaxed state. So then when you take them 30 minutes before you go to sleep, dream time. So go get them. It's a pre-sale thing now. If you can't wait a week, because look, hey, one, it's just going to be a lot of orders. And two, we're still waiting for them to come in. So if you can't wait a week, don't get them. But if you can, hey, grab it now. Friday, today and tomorrow, the 2 Black Friday days, because now they count Thanksgiving as Black Friday. Ha! These 2 Black Friday days, grab the deal now or forever hold your peace. All right, so Stranger Things and Derry, why is it connected? Well, one, when I seen the book that Holly was reading, the little girl Holly was reading, I was like, all right, yeah, I knew it was something to that nature the whole time. So the book she was reading was A Wrinkle in Time. And A Wrinkle in Time was something I decoded back in the day. And essentially, it was the aspect of basically going into your subconscious mind, which all these movies do, right? They go into the aspect of the fourth dimension or the subconscious mind, the astral realms, to heal yourself. So if y'all seen the movie In Your Dreams, that's in on Netflix as well. That's essentially the same idea, the same concepts, right? You're going into the dream state, dream time, to pull out information so you can manipulate your world down here, or to transform your energy for the better, right? So we got to understand that to the core. And let's get to it. Let me show y'all the author, because this nigga right here, Stephen King. Now this dude right here, absolutely genius in creating these kind of narratives. Think of all the authors that came out of H.P. Lovecraft's tree, right? And the aspect of these monsters and these horrific antagonist spirits to create a certain synergy between you and your true self. So basically, your human self and your higher self, right? And what's stopping that? What's blocking that energy? And they just created in a horror films, horror books, and so on and so forth. It says Stephen Edwin King, often called the King of Horror, is an American author who has sold more than 350 million copies of his work. His writing spans genres including horror, suspense, crime, science fiction, fantasy, and mystery. King's stories are set in various locations, from small towns to big cities and fantasy worlds, and often feature ordinary, relatable characters. So basically, Stephen King is just a person who, moves through spirit, moves with spirit in the form of symbolism. Symbolism, shadows, the subconscious whispers. His horror is just showing you who you are. It's basically showing the reality of the unconscious collective, the human thought, right? This human fear, this urge, that demiurge. And King taps into the dream realm, he taps into the astral plane, he taps into trauma, archetypical energies. So when we look at his stories, you got to look at the aspect of the hidden, the unseen messages that he's trying to portray. And spirit just basically uses him as a mirror to reflect something deeper inside of us that we need to break through, which is breaking through the fear, getting courageous, dealing with our traumas, old childhood wounds, tapping back into our childlike spirit. It's one of those aspects that the invisible energy he dives in deeply with. And these brothers who wrote Stranger Things, the creators of Stranger Things, is basically out of Stephen King's tree. So sure enough, they're going to tie in all kind of aspects to Stephen King's novels and his energy, because they wrote Stranger Things beautifully too. It since season 1, same invisible energy, the Demigorgon, you know what I'm saying, Vecna, you feel me, the Upside Down. These motherfuckers is not that clever, but you know what I'm saying, is one of those things where we need these things, because again, it is tapping into a part of that subconscious mind that will unlock hidden gems inside of you that will move you into your Hey Rouge journey. You feel me? That's the biggest aspect of this thing. And Stranger Things season 5, it started off, well, the episode I just seen the first one because I wasn't gonna just sit up and watch all of them after I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people sit there and just run it. God damn. See me, I'm like, all right, I'll take my time with this. Oh, let me watch the first one, and then let me build upon them. Niggas ran through the whole 4 quick. Ugh. After I seen Holly with that book, I said, all right, I don't even got to watch the rest of this no more. It's over. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to be patient, take our time, because I basically just decoded it just by that. Think about when I decoded Lovecraft Country. And the black girl, again, she had the book in her hand, right? It was the same concept. They used the same idea, the same kind of energy. And, this one was like real obvious. So I'm like, oh, okay. They want us to decode it. You know what I'm saying? When they just put it in your face, they basically want you to decode the damn movie so it can get clicks and people can have thoughts and or just at least us metaphysicians, us occultists decode it, and then the humans can pick it up and say, oh, okay, that's what it means. Cool. You feel me? God damn. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? I see y'all in here. The Modest More, Mr. Compassionate, Dr. Lakeith, Chief Curbs. What's good? What's good? Contact Soul Glasses. Ashay. What's up, babe? Cosmic Chris. We in here. Nick, Sun God. Okay. So and and every single part of episode 1 just basically confirmed what I was feeling about it. And you know what I'm saying? Now we just got to dive deeper into the fold of what it is. And these friends essentially been together since season 1, and every person, every archetypical energy has a story that will unfold in this season that will relay a hidden message that we got to understand, a metaphysical message that we got to understand. So Stranger Things season 5 is here. Very great first episode. Kind of what we thought it would kind of lean into, right? Giving some kind of backstory and some kind of energy. And then what a coincidence, it comes out the same year, same around time, and essentially it is just basically showing the same thing, the upside down. And this is not, I didn't make this cover. This is what they're promoting, HBO, and Stephen King, because he's the one that the creator of this It. So the Duffer Brothers and Stephen King might be in cahoots together to create alternate universe. Oh shit, I ain't even on camera. Alternate universe that's coinciding together. And shit is beautifully done. And you know what I'm saying? That's what niggas need. You feel me? How can we get more creative? Bring forth It on one network, bring forward Stranger Things on another network, and then just let them coincide. They definitely got to be in cahoots with this thing, because oh boy, very powerful connections, very powerful energy, which I'm about to share with y'all now. So the Tesseract is the most important energy that we want to understand. And basically the Tesseract is basically just a fourth dimensional cube that's just pushing you into the astral realms, right? So in Stranger Things, you know what I'm saying, it's more so about just understanding what the upside down is, which is the astral realm, or your subconscious mind realm, which is the hidden darkness that you got to go and work on. You feel me? Or you got to deal with in that grand scheme of things of being your hero, being in your hero's journey. When you look at that in the grand scheme of things, you just understand that in It, they're using the Tesseract, right? Because essentially that's what, when they go into the caves and when they go into these underground dwellings, and then even just them explaining it, even just the hidden or the clownish things or the fearful things is basically the fourth dimension again. And then the Wrinkle in Time just shows you straight out the Tesseract energy, right? So understanding the fourth dimension is a very important feat in our journey. And here goes the Wrinkle in Time right here, right? When Stranger Things, when the movie is just decoded, we're 10 minutes into the goddamn show, episode 1. Boom, a Wrinkle in Time book, right? And that's just basically explaining what I'm about to explain right now. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it's just basically explaining a particular energy or a particular storyline that will unfold in Stranger Things. That's all the book did. It just said, look, this is what we're going to do. It just told you straight out, right? And if nobody really caught that, I don't know what they were seeing when, you know what I'm saying, when you're like looking at the show, because they just basically put it in plain sight. It basically went like this. I'm sitting there like, all right, she reading, everybody else, you know, talking and stuff at the breakfast table. They going crazy at the breakfast table. She like this. I'm like, damn, okay, we got to know what this book is. She like that. She damn near just said, screen. I'm sitting there like, all right, okay. What you want me to say? It was like she was. Then the dad said, "Hey, Holly, pass me the syrup." I'm sitting there Holly, Holly, pass me the syrup. Oh, okay, let me get you the syrup. Hell nah, boy. It showed it straight out. So now we just know what the movie is. You feel me? I'm just telling y'all what it is. And shit, they basically just told us the whole show. You don't even got to watch no more because I'm about to decode it right here. God damn. And you know, I shit. It showed us the goddamn book like it was a goddamn clue in this bitch. They just said, fuck it. All right, so it. So once they showed that book, I said, "Oh, okay, they're dealing with the it," and Welcome to Derry, right? It is the clown energy, but it's actually an invisible energy. And then in Wrinkle in Time, it is this brain guy, right? And it's basically the same character. You feel me? Just dealing with two different concepts or ideas of it, right? And what I called it was identity theft. Identity theft, because that's what it essentially is. It's a identity theft. You're getting your identity stolen with this invisible intelligence or invisible energy that puts you in more shadow aspect, shadow realm. You feel me? Um and that's really what it boils down to. In A Wrinkle in Time, the it was conformity, it was authority, it was basically the president Donald Trump or authority control, you know what I'm saying, conformity, everybody look the same, be the same type of thing, you feel me. And Derry is basically just fear, um, that aspect of you running away from yourself. What are you afraid to do? You know what I'm saying? What are you not challenging yourself in? What is holding you back? What is that thing that keeps you up at night, right? See, that's what Stephen King tries to do. He says, okay, let's deal with this aspect of us that doesn't want to be our greatest version of ourselves, which is essentially fear, right? And y'all know how that go. It happens when you're a child. As a child, you get, you know what I'm saying, you get dropped on your head in the aspect of like coming into this world where you get traumas, you get, you know what I'm saying, bullied. You gotta carry yourself a certain way. You can't look different, right? Because that's the aspect of being picked on and things of that nature. You feel me? So that fear is essentially a trauma-based response that been built inside of you based off of your childlike experience. So that's what it is basically showing, the fear. In Wrinkle in Time Wrinkle in Time is correlated to Stranger Things. And Wrinkle in Time is basically showing conformity. So it is conformity, right? Conforming to the human, conforming to everybody's house look the same. Everybody wears the same clothes. You move the same way, right? No individual expression. Afraid to be seen. You feel me? Afraid to stand out and look different. Afraid to, you know what I'm saying, move in your own truth and your own um, power. And it is also an invisible threat. It's an invisible, illusionary threat that keeps people a shell of themselves, keeps people from not uh, um, becoming their God self, their higher self. Keep people from, moving with power, with strength, with love. Because that's what the childlike spirit is, it's love. And basically, that's what the whole aspect of this is, childlike spirit energy. You feel me? So when they're showing these children over and over and over again, essentially what they're showing is the aspects of us that we suppress, our childlike spirit, our adventure, our enthusiasm, our joy, our bliss, our fun, our laughter, right? Our ability to express ourselves. As we become grown-ups and get older and older, essentially what happens is, we kind of get into the human, into the conformity machine. When I was 16, my mama kicked me out. Well, she kind of kicked me out or we just agreed to go separate ways, just based off of my stepdaddy and I wasn't seeing eye to eye. You feel me? Him and my mama was arguing, and they were arguing loud, and me and my brother was in the other room playing the game and shit. And essentially, what happened was they were on top of the stairs, and as they were arguing, we like, is this nigga yelling at my mama? Like, oh no, this nigga tripping in this hole. You feel me? And he was very loud and boisterous. So what me and my brother do? Go get that knife, baby. We was not playing with his ass. We was about to murder. Was the case that they gave me quick. You feel me? So much so that he was kind of scared for his life because we were kind of already bigger, and it was two of us. You feel me? 16, 15, 16 type of age, right? And essentially what happened was, my mama, she kind of like chose him based off of, I'm saying, I ain't trying to fuck with this nigga. If he's still staying here, da, da, da. They called the cops and everything on this, right? And she chose him. So I just said, all right, well, fuck it. I got somewhere to go. Even though I didn't have nowhere to go. Looking ass, boy. God damn, where the fuck was I going? But essentially, I end up staying at my partner's house. In the hood, you know how it go. And mamas will take you in and shit like that. In the aspect of they just love you and they don't want to see you get hurt or anything like that. So I ended up staying at my partner's house for a while. But what I realized in that experience was like, oh shit, this ain't no game. Because I couldn't just eat off of my partner and them like that. Right? She was a single mother as well. You feel me? So in that experience of recognizing like, damn, okay, how am I gonna provide for myself? Right? I started getting into things that I wasn't supposed to get into early based off of, the aspects of me that needed to survive, survival mode. So my childlike spirit was essentially squashed in that moment because of, the survival mode instincts. Like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to stay? What are you going to eat? How are you going to survive on your own? And that's what usually happens to all of us. We go into a space of, shit. I went back to my mama and it probably was like 2 months. You feel me? But we go into this space of shock, essentially, once we get out on our own and understand, like, oh shit, this is real. You guys, shit. How you gonna even provide for yourself in that particular lane? You feel me? So that kind of, that kind of spirit, that kind of energy, takes you out of your childlike spirit, your enthusiasm, your adventure, your lust for life, and now you just out here trying to survive in survival mode. And I want to encourage the family that it happened to all of us. My story is not unique. It's happened to all of us in so many different forms or fashions. Maybe you went to college and what I'm saying, your peoples and them couldn't just send you that money like that. So now all of a sudden your mind goes into shock. Maybe what I'm saying, you had to take care of your kids when you were, or your brothers and sisters when you was younger, because your mama had to work all day. So you lose your childlike spirit early. And this says the great person never loses a childlike spirit. And that's basically your heart, the love you have for yourself that actually moves you into God, actually moves you past the human and gets you into the space of adventure, play, fun, thriving, experiencing, right? So here goes some movies where the child has been wounded, the wounded child, right? Or shows, not movies, shows. These shows all came out this year. Wayward put the children in an institution, which is basically harming the children, right? Yes. Weapons, they was harmed by the invisible energy that was encapsulating their minds and moving them to a house where they was getting basically uh, abused mentally, right? And then the institution. Oh my God! If I didn't see the institution, go see that. They ass was getting their ass whooped. I'm talking about whoop whoop. Hey, I can't make it up. The boys was getting their ass drove in that thing. And essentially what was happening was they were hijacked. Their ability to be creative was being hijacked in these institutions, in this insane asylum. Essentially, that's what they were trying to do. They put people in these basically insane asylum homes to conform you to the human. And in the Bible it says a child will lead them, right? So that's the energy you want to understand to the core. Your childlike spirit energy. And as you can see, Stranger Things and it definitely move into shocking the child or putting the child in a state of fear or conformity, right? And just becoming a grown up, if you will, right? Becoming human. See, in your childlike essence, in your childlike nature, you're God. Because you haven't been tampered with, right? You haven't been manipulated into the grown-up world, right? Think about Peter Pan, the Never Neverland, right? Going on and far off into the imagination. You feel me? Going into a space that takes you up out of this earth realm where you are in your exploration zone, which is your genius zone. Albert Einstein says imagination is more important than logic. So now we got to understand to the core, if you're shutting that part of you down based off of the survival mode instincts, then you might be moving in the wrong manner that doesn't serve your greater good. I get it. It might seem like you're doing the right thing in the logical sense, but in the grand scheme of things, there's something deeper, more higher than you just being a human. Because the human puts you in a state of having jobs you don't like, doing particular aspects of work that you don't like, right? Not speaking up for yourself, not, second guessing yourself. You feel me? And that's not godlike. That's human like, right? So we got to understand that to the core. And remember, this whole thing, Stephen King, is about this show right here, Dr. Sleep. And Dr. Sleep, there was a young girl named Abra, right? And the main character in Dr. Sleep was the kid in this on this little tricycle thing. But Abra in Dr. Sleep was basically the black goddess, and she was defeating the egregore spirits, which was these they called them the true knots, and they were truly not of God because again they were trying to steal their souls, their childlike spirit essence, and that essence was power for the true knots. You feel me? So they can have everlasting life. So when you see Abra, the black goddess, right, and she being the protagonist in the Doctor Sleep series or the Doctor Sleep movie, and then the True Knots basically trying to steal her power. But that's the same thing in the aspect of 11 getting her power stolen, right? Or in the aspect of you getting your power stolen. Your childlike spirit is your superpower. That's your essence. That's your energy that keeps you alive, that keeps you young, that keeps you in spirit, inspiration. So we got to understand that to the core. That's what we're running back to. The whole thing is about running back to our godhood, our power. And it said it right here in the show. When Dustin said it, I was like, there it go. That nigga said, we're not meant to fit in. They was trying to conform him to a goddamn, why you wearing that Hellfire Club shirt? We supposed to keep it low. You supposed to chill, nigga. You tripping. What you doing? We're not supposed to be, out here being ourselves. That nigga said, he said, we're not meant to fit in with them.
Sorry about you.
I said, yeah, Dustin is the hero. Again, that nigga always coming up. He got the thinking cap on. You feel me? I said, oh yeah, they about to make him. He always was the one. That was always the one that had all the ideas, right? The one that was putting everybody in the best position. And he said that in episode 1. I said, there you go. That's it. And everybody thought he was tripping. He's sitting there like, what you talking about? I can't wear my shirt. These niggas got you fucked. They got us fucked up. And that's when the bully comes. But he getting fought, right? But he not break. He was about to punch him. You feel me? He started winding up and shit. So he like, I'm fighting for mine. I'm a staying child. I'm going to stay in my childlike spirit essence. They can't stop me. They can't stop the God. And guess what? Dustin going to be the only one that doesn't have to deal with the upside down like that. Watch what I tell you. He's going to be the one on the outside, never dealing with any kind of subconscious programming or traumas, because he's staying in his essence. He's staying in that fun. He's staying in that laughter. He's not trying to fit in like Lucas. He's not trying to fit in like Will and stuff, right? Or try to look like everybody else. He's just saying, hey, this is what we've been on. We said we'll never stop. But now y'all turned to 16 and now y'all want to stop. What y'all on, man? Chaos in the blood, baby. I'm just telling y'all what it is. So Dustin is definitely a powerful symbol for the family to understand to the core that he is the hero. And you know what I'm saying? We want to understand that, like, that hero is you. Your hero's journey is you. And you're fighting, or I don't want to say fighting, you're defeating this invisible energy that's keeping you a shell of yourself. You're defeating the energy of conformity. You're defeating the energy of goddamn fear, right? You're defeating all these particular energies that puts you in a state of human, that doesn't let you express yourself divinely, that doesn't shift you into your God mode power. You're defeating all of that because you are the winner. Yeah, you will win. Now, if you just stay the human, you're going to have that regret. You don't want to have that regret, baby. That regret is going to fuck you up. 85 talking about, I wish I would have. Damn, oh shit, if I only had took my shot. You don't want to have that regret, family. Trust. That shit will bring you back to earth based off of your vibration. Because all you are is a vibrational being. You're just a music note. So now, if you have that regret, family, listen, that's going to put you in a whole flux of coming back. Because remember, this is just a game. And being a game, you got to be a childlike spirit. Your childlike essence, your childlike energy has to be in the aspect of expressing your truth and doing you to the utmost. No matter the opinions of others or whatever, you got to do you, family, and do you because you are the winner. Boom. Black Friday deal. Black Friday deal is here. Black Friday deal is here. So y'all go get that. The bundle is pinned to the top. It's pinned to the top. Definitely get that. And look, I'm gonna be doing more of this Stranger Things as I watch the shows, as I watch every episode and see what comes up to me. But essentially, that's what it boils down to, right? When you see that Wrinkle in Time book, just know that there's two different poles that's happening. There's a conformity pole, which is basically you being in fear, and then with it, there's a pole of fear, traumas. You know what I'm saying? So you just stay in the conformity. You stay in the same sheep-like mentality that all these other humans do. You want to break free of that and move into the space of your godhood energy, your power, your truth. Very fire show so far. And I just know, you know what I'm saying? When you see, we can't even just look at it as entertainment. We got to look at it as like, all right, what are you trying to relay to me, spirit? Because that's all Stephen King and the Duffer Brothers are doing with it and Stranger Things. Essentially, they're just trying to relay a message to the ones that can see, to understand something that's divine, to understand an aspect of you that can shift consciousnesses based off of you not being in the fear state vibration no more. And the biggest game that you want to do is run to them fears. So whatever you are afraid of, you want to run into it heavy. So for instance, when I was a personal trainer, I was getting my life together, I was a personal trainer and stuff. I would do them boot camps in the morning, and there would be 200 people in the boot camps, right? And I had to lead a group of people through exercises and different motivations and speeches and stuff like that. And essentially, I was nervous than a bitch. I was looking crazy than a bitch, stuttering and everything, feeling real whack and trash. Sorry for you. Speaking in front of them people. Didn't know how to, communicate necessarily. So what I did was, I didn't like that feeling. So what I did was I ran into the fear. I said, you know what? Let me get this public speaking thing in line. What I started to do, I started going to that Toastmasters, a Toastmasters group that was in my area or whatever. And I was completely different than all of them. But fuck it, I wanted to get that part of me, that aspect that, you know what I'm saying, that felt shame and fear, essentially. I wanted to get that part in check. So I did that, and you know what I'm saying, it was a beautiful experience. And shit, lo and behold, 3 years after that, came on YouTube. And then, now I speak this shit now, whatever. And then y'all see my master student conferences and all that shit, leading it, MCing that bitch. I was just jigging in that hoe. So, you want to run to your fears, whatever that might be. Run to it and embrace it. Take it on, head on. Because that beautiful energy that you will feel is going to shift you into another dimension, into another understanding, into another consciousness. But if you don't run into that fear, then essentially you're just going to stay a shell of yourself, human, stay the old self. And who got time for that? Shit, you got to think about this shit. You see people transitioning all the time. And part of your assignment is to run to that fear part. What time, how much time you need, nigga? Then you got to think about it. How much time do you really need? You just need to go. Whatever that thing is holding you back, whatever that thing is making you feel uncomfortable, do that thing. And watch how your mind goes. Watch how you go, oh, the aha moment. That's all Stephen King does in his books and movies and stuff like that and shows. He's basically just showing you invisible threat, or what you think is a threat that's not real. That's basically just yourself. But once you work on that aspect, then essentially what happens is, oh wait, that shit wasn't even shit. Oh my God, what the hell was I running from? That's shit. I should have been on this shit. God damn. And that's a beautiful thing, family. So I just want to encourage the family to do that heavy. Today is Grateful Day. Grateful Day. Shout out to the family. Grateful Day. I want to just thank y'all for, being a part of the Dream Wise team, the Dream Wise community, if you will. And you know what I'm saying? I want the family to move into the space of just saying thank you to aspects of yourself that, that serves your greater good. So just be grateful for where you stay at. Be grateful for the food you're about to eat. Be grateful that you can walk. Be grateful that you can speak. You know what I'm saying? Do a grateful gratitude affirmation blast today so you can program your world into love and get back to that childlike spirit essence. So I was telling the Patreon family this yesterday. I was like, hey, look, gratitude affirmation, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, go heavy on it. You feel me? And a lot of times we're looking at these symbols, this Thanksgiving symbol, as a how would you say, a negative thing in the aspect of, oh, they slaughtered our ancestors. Fuck these people, man. They can't do this to us. Right? But the real game is to understand that you can't have a hero without a bad guy. So both are needed in the story. So now you're looking at the symbol as a negative thing, right? Thanksgiving. But the real game is to look at it for what spirit is really trying to portray in the aspect of saying, hey, just give thanks to yourself in this particular moment. You wasn't there, family. You wasn't there, and this is an illusion. So now you can't put all your anger into something that never even existed. The only thing you can do is show love to yourself and figure out the symbol and make it work for you. Make everything that seems weary and seems like it's dreadful and stuff like that, make everything work for you, because there's nothing bad, right? There is no such thing as good and bad. It's just the way you're perceiving the situation to be. So today, give thanks to yourself and to your powerful being over and over and over again. See what y'all talk about. Gratitude is the attitude. Ashe, Frogs 2,500. Frogs 2,500. Tammy. Oh, let me not use your government shit. A friend father had a stroke, and I told him how to apply faith to bring his father back. He did it 3 days ago. They were going to pull the plug on him. He opened his eyes in that moment. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yeah, and then speak out loud with your voice. You feel me? Speak out loud with your voice. Trav, my bro guy Travis Majors, he just posted a fire post on his YouTube page saying that, hey, maybe y'all might need this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because he just posted some good stuff that I was like, yep, people need that evidence so they can start doing the work. You feel me? Because that's really what it boils down to. If you do the work, you get good feedback back. Here we go. Let me see. Share screen. Travis Mages. Oh, hold on. Let's try it again. It says, Trav said, what you say matters. Speak life over yourself. Speak wholeness over yourself. So it says, a new study showed that talking to your body can change your health faster than supplements. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Talking to your body. Talking to your body. At Harvard Medical School, a psychonumerology team ran a strange experiment. Volunteers spoke to their own bodies, literally saying things like, you're safe, you're healing, you did well today. After 2 weeks, scans showed a measurable drop in inflammation markers. Ashe. The scientists weren't testing magic, they were testing feedback loops. When words reduce fear, cortisol falls, blood flow improves, and immune cells repair faster. Your body listens to tone before it listens to data. So you know what I'm saying, family? Start tapping in. We speak that shit out loud. It's into existence. My leg was jacked up. I had tore my ACL, and that was another thing that stabbed my childlike spirit. When I tore my ACL in that game, basketball was over. I played basketball since I was 5. Tear my ACL at 19 in college, and I'm just like, Spirit, are you serious? Never really had an injury, ankles or whatever in high school, but that's a week or whatever. But boom, tore my ACL, gone. Nerve lost in my leg. My whole leg was gone for a year. That's when I started selling drugs even heavy. I started going like, all right, bet it's up now. Nigga said, fuck it. I can't hoop. I can't hoop. Oh, nah. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm monster mode in this bitch. I started taking all kind of drugs and shit then too. What? Because they give you them they give you them hydrocodones or whatever when your ACL torn or whatever. Started taking them all, like, damn, I feel good. And goddamn, I'm feeling good. Get that second supplement pack. You feel me? You got to get it again. Or the re-up. You got one re-up too. 30 pills. Gone. Nigga, I must have said, all right, I need to start. I got into bars, heavy, right? And then the funny thing is, bars wasn't even for pain. Niggas just believed that was for pain. Bars was just for anxiety. Hell nah. Got into the weed, heavy. What else I got? Oh, I got the hydrocodones. Y'all call them Percocets, but back then I thought they were we called them tens. You see what I'm saying? These kids today, they call them perks or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's hydros? Oh, y'all just talking about, oh, okay. Crazy shit. Ecstasy. So you know what I'm saying? I was basically just running away from myself. And I was constantly stabbing my childlike spirit over and over again. Just based off of reality kind of sitting in to where you know, basketball was a big part of my life. You feel me? And me expressing myself on the court in an artistic way. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Once that was snatched away from me, essentially, shit, you know how that shit go. You start trying to figure things out. You don't really know that much. But the beautiful thing is, you know how beautiful that shit is? Tore my ACL, right? Boom. I'm in college. Tore my ACL freshman year. Boom. Sitting there, my nigga Lil B. I got a boot on my leg and shit. This nigga Lil B, since I can't really move around, I'm not moving that much, whatever. My nigga Lil B comes in my room putting on Bobby Hemmick tapes and shit. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is this? And I ain't had no choice but to watch it. So now I'm on, so that's some beautiful. See how spirit work, nigga? Y'all wouldn't have Dreamwise now if it wasn't for that shit. You feel me? That's crazy when you think about it. God damn. He putting on them hoes. We smoking weed and shit, watching that shit. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Fuck. Hell yeah, that shit. Then YouTube came too. YouTube came when I was about 20. The shit, the Bobby clips was just getting played, them little 10-minute things. Yeah, everything. So if I would have just took that as bad, that whole ACL thing is bad, and shit, it wouldn't have been worth gold where I'm at today. You feel me? Nigga wasn't gonna make it in the NBA from no goddamn NAIA. So what the fuck was I thinking? God damn. So shit, I might as well do something else. You feel me? Chaos in the blood, baby. Let me get up out of here, man. Let me see what y'all talk about before I get out of here. Hey, y'all go get these dream supplements, man. Get these dream. Hey, the bundle is today and tomorrow only. Bundle today and tomorrow only. And then they'll be gone for a while until they come into the fold. So get your dream supplements because, again, the price is going to go up, one, but then they will be gone. So you want to be the first one to grab them before they're out of here. And a whole bunch of people have been grabbing them already. I say to all of y'all that's in the game that know, I say. That's what I'm talking about. 17 orders already, baby. So y'all go get that in right now. Niggas got up early to go grab theirs. God damn. That's crazy. That's crazy shit, boy. That's what we talk about. So hey, get your dream supplements before they go, nigga. There's not no see that price that y'all seeing now. That's this Black Friday price. You know, I gotta show love and shit. Really, I was gonna wait, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. I gotta during this time or this deal time or whatever. Black Friday, Thankful Thursdays, Thankful Thanksgiving Day or whatever. Gotta show love to the family. So shit, go get them. It's pinned at the top, I think. Yes, up, family. I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace to the gods.